He want the scoop, she want the tea. She want the tea. I cannot speak. We keep it in street. We keep it in street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat. You still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you're a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get into this video. Now I know y'all, I be taking so long like doing these videos, and I'm like, why do I keep taking so long? And I just be so hooked on catching all the tea for y'all, and making sure I do the shorts, the screenshots, the screen recordings, everything for y'all. But in the midst, I do want to throw some talking videos in here because I just feel like y'all don't get enough of them. And I also feel like it's just only right. There's so much going on these YouTube streets right now that I can't even speak on everything in this one video. I feel like we're just going to keep this video a little bit limited because I don't want to get in too much into it. We'll do a part 2 on more limited time. But I wanted to get into Liv's, big whole scene yesterday. Y'all seen everything unfold right here on YouTube yesterday. Now, y'all know that Liv has been saying, or she found out a couple days ago, that she is allegedly pregnant. Now, I put allegedly, quote unquote, because, who knows if this girl is really pregnant? We've gone through multiple pregnancies where this girl tried so hard to make it seem like it was something so secretive and something so nobody could know about. And the whole time it was just Joey and Zolo. Sis, you went to great lengths to hide Joey, hide the fact that Zolo was the father of AJ. You went so hard creating so many stories. Y'all remember the African cop. Then she started speaking on this dude who was in the military, and his mother and sister lived at the house together, and they were setting up this nursery for, Liv's baby because he couldn't be there. And she just created so many stories about Joey, and it's like now that we were finding out that Joey's just, some regular dude from Rochester, old, obviously not the cutest at all. I don't know where they sees and always says that she messes with the finest men, but sis, Joey is not giving what you said he was giving, okay? And y'all remember at one point she went as far as to say that Joey was paying all her bills. She said that he was paying the bills, he was paying Kaylani's daycare bill, or AJ's daycare bill, and it's like, sis, the whole time you're on here, claiming that he has all this money, and then when you expose him and it all comes out about him and who he is, you say that he's some bum that doesn't have anything, that just sits home and smokes and plays the video games all day. So what were you so sprung over him for? What were you coming to the internet constantly saying that Kaylani's dad was such an involved dad and he had money and he had his life together? And the whole time, this man has a whole alleged wife, a wife that he lives with, a wife that he has a child with, that he recently just had a baby with. It's like so many things that, is really going on with this girl and Joey. And it's like she tried to portray that he just was so put together. Now, who knows? We obviously know that Joey's probably not the best if Liv's messing with him. I truly think that Gerard was the best pick out of, the fathers, obviously. And I also think that's why she's so mad at the fact that she just didn't, have a chance to maybe have another baby with Gerard and, get that involved father experience that she had with Gerard. That, we've seen their whole family thing play out on YouTube. We've seen, how involved Gerard was. He went to work, he came home, took care of the kids. Now, if he was cheating, okay, but we're talking about the family dynamic. It was definitely different than what Liv ended up leaving and going to find. She ended up going to find this dynamic of sleeping with random men and wanting to be a single mother and not having them there for births and not having them there to raise the kids. So she definitely, set the tone now for something, the complete opposite of what she had for her first 3 kids. And honestly, I don't think she cares. She said multiple times, that she'd rather do it alone. A man is not needed around. And obviously that's coming from, a female that didn't have her father in her life. So of course she's going to say that. What else is Liv possibly going to say? That she is stupid and that she's crazy for keep having these kids that has no father around. She even admitted that Zolo just randomly stopped calling AJ. He just, was calling. I remember lives, being in lives and Zola would call for AJ, and AJ seemed to have a pretty good connection back with him, talking and getting to know him just over FaceTime. But she did say that Zolo just randomly stopped calling. So it's just like, sis, for the first 2 years of Kaylani's life, Joey didn't come around, didn't have anything to do with that little girl. Knowing that he had a daughter, it's not like he just didn't know and Liv didn't tell him. He knew. And he was only in New York, so I really don't understand why she couldn't travel to him or he couldn't travel to her. I don't know what was going on, but I just find it weird that, like, the month before she gets pregnant, all of a sudden she flew him out and they're having, because I truly don't remember Gamer Bay. I thought that was, like, so long ago. I remember when she first moved in that apartment, I remember people talking about Gamer Bay. So I don't know. I mean, I know I took a break off YouTube, and it was during that time that she was drinking a lot. And she did say that in that time she was going through a lot and she was using drinking to cope and she was doing crazy things. So it makes sense. But like I said, I took a long break, like a 2-month break. And I think during that time when she was, carrying on, drunk on live, I kind of missed that part. So I'm just so confused where the Gamer Bay came back up because, again, I remember like a little while ago hearing about him, like not recently. This is like before September. So it really just threw me off guard. And it threw me off guard even more the fact that this girl like got pregnant and really just does not know who the father is. And people say that it's not Gamer Bay's, it's somebody else's. And she's just, she really seems like she's trying to save face for this whole idea that, this man, it really is the father's child. And it's either giving this man that you recently took a picture with, which I'm going to include it right here. So she posted this short this morning of her laid up with some random dude. Obviously, it's not Joey. It's not any of the other dudes that we've seen before. So it's just like, sis, what are you doing with these men? Like, either she is lying about being pregnant and this man does not know that she's pregnant and this is her new fling and she's using her new fling to pass off like this is her baby daddy. And this man just does not know a thing of what's going on. Just like, Joey probably didn't know for the longest that she was on here lying about him being a cop, then a military, person. Like, who knows what lives. So she allegedly says that this Gamer Bay has his whole life together. He has a car, a place, a nice, career. He has a lot of things going on for himself. He has no kids. Just claiming that this dude has it all together. And it's not to say that looking at that short, like, oh, well, he must not be, because I really just try to question a man who has everything together, no kids, a good career, a place, all these things together. And you're deciding to mess with a woman that is making you her fourth, baby dad, does not have an actual 9-to-5 job, no career. I mean, you could say YouTube, but I mean, for her, it's just like she claims she doesn't get paid. So it says, how's it a career if you're not even getting paid, right? Right. Isn't that what you said? You say you don't get paid, right? So how is this a career for you? So how is a man with everything put together suddenly coming in there with your already other 5 kids and now giving you a 4th baby dad? No kids on his part, no wife, no baggage. This is from what she says. So either she's trying to save face and, try to portray like this man has it all together so she doesn't admit that she got pregnant by a 4th, man. And let's exclude Gerard because Gerard does for his children, but a 3rd man now that does nothing for the baby that they have together. So let's get into these clips that she posted on YouTube today. She just posted this vlog, and this is her speaking on her new baby father coming around, and I guess allegedly he came over this weekend while the kids were there. And a lot of people were questioning why she would have Gamer Bay over on a weekend that the kids are over, when any other weekend it's like the kids aren't there and nobody's ever there. But the one weekend that she has her kids that she so-called complains about so much she complains that she misses her kids, she loves them, and Gerard is just such a horrible man for not allowing her to be there for her kids. So why would you pick the weekend that your kids are coming over to bring your 4th baby daddy over and then proceed to say that you're not going to tell the kids that you're pregnant and that you and him are going to wait to tell the kids at a later date when they finally meet him. So if he was there last night and if he was there the night before, then how haven't the kids met him yet? Why did you scream out that you were pregnant in front of those kids last night and not one of them kids questioned, like, Mom, are you really pregnant? You know what? Because I know if I was Robin and Robin's 12 years old. Robin understands everything that's going on. She sits in that kitchen, and whether Liv believes it or not, that girl analyzes everything. And you don't think Robin doesn't know what Liv is over there doing? So I find it weird that for the first time hearing your mother say, I'm pregnant, she has no man up in there. She hasn't brought a man around them kids for them to think, okay, well, she could possibly be pregnant again. This is now the third random now she's going to be showing to her kids. Third random child from a random man. And none of the kids questioned it. So it makes me think, did she already secure that in front, off camera to the kids? Like, if I say it, just don't say anything. Or we know Liv, and Liv goes to great lengths to hide her lies, and it always ends up all getting exposed. But we know that she goes to great lengths to, have people think this one thing of her, but then later it comes out that it was never that. It was actually the complete opposite, and it was worse than what we thought. So let's get into this video of her speaking on her new baby dad. And I just feel like she stutters so much when she speaks on, like, the relationship and where they are right now with him finding out she's pregnant. And I just feel like it's so, like, sketchy and weird, like, how she gets. You would think, this is your fourth baby daddy. You would be more confident in knowing, like, look, this is going to work out. We're going to work on things. We're going to raise this baby. But no, she just seems so, like, stuttery-ish, if that's a word. And she just sounds so, like, skeptical. Like, she don't even believe herself. So, sis, how are we going to believe you when you don't even believe yourself and what's really coming out of your mouth? So let's get into this video, y'all. I'm sorry. I keep saying it and I'm just not getting into it, but let's get into it, y'all.
Asking if we're together. I don't know. He says I'm his, and he says this is, I don't know. But I don't know. We're both, a lot of stuff transpired between him and I, and he feels some type of way because, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to get into it right now. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys. But, like, I like you guys not knowing who it is. And you guys may think you guys know who it is, but y'all don't know. If I don't say nothing, y'all don't know nothing for sure. All you guys need to know is I hurt his feelings in the beginning of the relationship. So I understand why he feels the way he feels. But it's like, damn, babe, like, everything in the beginning of our relationship was so new. Like, come on.
But y'all see, right? Y'all see how she can't even get out her words to describe this man. Like, she just seems like she's just banking on somebody to just figure something out. And hopefully they know what she's talking about. And that's just what it is. And convincing people that this man truly wants her and he wants to make it work with this baby. And it's just like, sis, why didn't he come to the appointment then? She claims that he's trying to get her to stop smoking cigarettes and telling her she needs to be on this right path, being healthy now that she's pregnant. And he's not even coming to appointments with you. He's not like, you wouldn't want him to come on YouTube and formally, present himself as your fourth baby daddy since y'all are, making things, I guess, cool between y'all so y'all can work on things for the baby. Like, why wouldn't you just want to do it different this time around? Why do you just keep wanting this same narrative every time you come on here and say you're pregnant? That, just having everybody try to guess and, see who he is and what he does, just for the whole time for it to always be the same thing. He's a bum that does nothing, that doesn't even want you, let alone a baby of yours. So it's like, why keep doing this to yourself time and time again? You're 35 years old. I would think at this point, like, you're just ready to get your money, better your career, better the kids that you already have, get them into school and get them on track. And, who wants to be buying, 6 cars for kids? I mean, I know people choose to have their kids and multiple kids, and that's on you. If you can afford it, kudos to you. But me personally, I just would not want to be stuck to them. I'm like 60, 70 years old, just doing things that it's just, I feel like you should have already been done. Like, sis, you're 35. What are you still worried about having a man and trying to find a husband and trying to get, you know, another baby in the situation so you can get more views and content. It's like, sis, we're over this now. You need to formally come on here and start doing things right. And I really feel like because her subscribers let her pass on so much stuff, I feel like her subscribers let her pass on a lot more than other YouTubers. I feel like if other YouTubers did the things that she's done to their subscribers, you know, they will be canceled. But it's just Liv keeps coming on here and getting the same response from her subscribers. So she keeps doing this because she knows that she'll still get the support, the views, and people love drama. So it's like, what do you plan to do? I mean, I guess she's going to keep the fourth baby daddy a secret, and she's not going to say anything. And let's get into this last clip that I recorded. I don't want to put too many clips in here. If y'all want to see furthermore, you can go watch the shorts. I have everything on there that y'all, you know, probably want to see. Literally everything. So let's get into this last clip.
He just thinks like I'm not gonna, you know, like he's big on lying. He's big on not keeping it real, and he just wants to make sure like that shit's never gonna happen again between us. And I told him it's not going, it's glued to my head. I told him it's not gonna happen, like, but anyway. Girl, last night was so good though. Girl, I'm sore, okay? No, it was just so nice, like just.
So to close out this video, y'all, I just feel like she really had the nerve to just say that Gamer Bae new fourth baby daddy does not like liars. Well, sweetie, if you do not like liars, you just impregnated the biggest liar on earth. Okay? And I will guarantee you it's not going to end good for you. If you hate liars, then you just made a big, huge, effed up mistake getting that big liar pregnant. Because, sweetie, she will never tell you the truth. Not even if her life is on the line, she will tell the truth. She just has to lie so she can make herself look better. So if this new fourth baby daddy, if she's telling the truth, if he does not like liars, I really hope that she gets her stuff together and she just prepares to raise, you know, yet another baby completely by herself with no help. I mean, at this point, it's like you're asking for it, you're begging for it, you're wanting it, you're getting it, you got it. So that's just what it's going to be for her. You know, she's going to be well into her 40s, raising, you know, well into her 40s, 50s, 60s, you know, raising small kids, not small kids, but you know what I mean, dealing with stuff that you probably should have just, you know, been over a long time ago. Clearly, you cannot pick a good man for nothing, you know, to raise your kids. Yes, you did right with Gerard and you just got lucky that time, but you have not got so lucky anything after that. And I guarantee you probably won't get lucky after this baby neither, if she does have it or if she is pregnant, because I still don't know. I swear, you know, people are saying she's still wearing her fajas, her waist trainers. It's just not giving pregnant. Like, all of a sudden now she's just eating a bunch and saying she's tired to make it seem like she's, you know, pregnant. And she was just saying, like, 2 days ago that she's not having any symptoms. That's why she thought she was miscarrying. So it's just like, what is it, sis? You cannot keep up with your lies and you think that people don't watch closely on what you really have going on. But, baby, you have a big, huge wake-up call coming for you if this is what it is. And, you know, I don't like to wish bad on people, but I just hope that, you know, her kids can get through it, you know, because I just feel like her kids have been going through so much men and babies and, you know, chaos with her. And even last night, that's for another video, y'all. I'm going to get into that, but she definitely causes a lot of chaos and trauma for her kids. And the fact that she thinks Gerard is the one doing that, and what we seen on live yesterday on TikTok and YouTube, sis, you officially have no room to ever talk about Gerard causing any emotional distress or anything to them kids, because that was just straight crazy last night. The fact that you even thought it was okay to have young kids sitting in the window for alleged crazy baby daddy's family that's after you for talking mess on the internet, and you're having your kids be the watch out. It's like so crazy to me that this girl just sees nothing wrong with it. But oh well, you know, at this point, we just cover it, we get the tea, and we talk about it, and we will move on to the next. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do a part 2 to talk about the whole live that she did on TikTok that I grabbed of her, you know, her Joey's sister calling in, making threats to her. So we will get into that the next video. Stay tuned for part 2. Make sure you guys go watch some shorts. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for another one, y'all. Love y'all, XO gang.